to the Triple B podcast. Let's fucking go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Triple B podcast, Bourbon, Belts, and Blockbusters. I'm Tim.
I'm Justin.
And this is the show where we talk about wrestling, talk about movies, all over bourbon or cocktail made with bourbon. As you can see, Ryan is not here with me.
Nope.
This is the first time. Ryan is off hunting this weekend, so he wasn't able to make the show. But Justin, you're down here, and why are you down here?
Because we're just about to go to the Tacoma Dome and go see AEW Wrestle Dream.
Hell yeah, we are.
Because we love the American Dragon, and we got to go do it.
Exactly, man. Excited for the show. It kind of came together all last minute, but has a really strong card. Going with our buddy Dan as well. And we're going to shoot down onto the Tacoma Dome to see Wrestle Dream. All right, man. Well, let's get into it. We got our cocktail of the week this week. So last week episode, we had the Tin Cup 10 years. Ryan rated it a 10. I rated a 9.5. So it kind of really set the bar really high. We made a cocktail this week. It's called the Gold Rush. And what goes in this is 2 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 ounce honey syrup. I made that yesterday. It's just like making simple syrup. You do equal
really
parts.
Well, by the way.
Equal parts honey, equal parts water, and wait till the honey dissolves and refrigerate. So made honey syrup. So 3/4 ounce honey syrup, and then 3/4 ounce lemon juice. You get it into the shaker, and you do the shaky in Ryan's honor. And then you garnish it with a lemon twist. So let's get into it. Let's take a drink, and we'll give it the old rating.
Oh, man. Just by smell, it's amazing.
Dude.
Oof.
Dude.
Right out the bat, it reminds me of a whiskey sour a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And you know me, I fucking love those.
Yes,
they're my drink of choice.
Yes, you do. Yeah, ooh. I agree with you. I think I did read that this is just a play on the whiskey sour, just with the honey, which kind of breaks through that lemon where it's not so strong.
No, you can barely.
Yeah,
the lemon's so subtle.
Yeah. What do you give it for a rating? I
give it a 10.
Damn.
That bourbon's smooth as hell.
Yeah. No,
I could drink like 6 of those and not even notice I was getting drunk. Like, it's good.
I was afraid to put the bourbon in this just because it is such a nice bourbon. Like you could just drink this alone, but no, it pairs really well with this drink. I'm gonna give this one. I'm going a 9. I think I told our listeners before I really like the whiskey sour, and it reminds me a lot of that. So I'll give it a 9. Perfect. I want to take another drink of that really quick.
I just like the smell of it.
All
Ooh,
right.
And the taste. Good Lord.
All right. Our socials. You can find us on Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok at TripBPod. You can find us on Amazon, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. We are the Triple B Podcast, Bourbon, Belts, and Blockbusters. And then if you want to shoot us an email, you can get us at the triplebpod619@gmail.com. Look forward to hearing from you guys. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. But yeah, if you have any ideas for the show, recommendations, whatever, we'd love to hear from you. So, Justin, we've known each other for a long time, going back to 2008.
2008.
We definitely bonded over wrestling really quickly.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
And fantasy football and just all that good stuff.
Yeah, we we stuck through it all, man. It's good. I was part of your wedding, and
you were at my wedding. You know my wife.
Yeah. We've got a good friendship going on, and it's been a long time since I've seen you, so I'm really excited to have you here and excited to have you on the podcast because, dude, this guy right here is a wealth of wrestling knowledge.
The three things I know are bourbon, movies, and wrestling. So I'm ready to rock.
Yeah. Like we said, we're going to go see Wrestle Dream. But let's talk about football. So Seahawks have had a tough stretch this week. So first, I want to talk about
weeks.
I want to talk about the loss to the Giants. That
sucks.
We lost 29-20 with a blocked field goal at the end to tie up.
Which is why it's not as bad because It would have been way closer.
Yeah, but
it should have been.
But the Giants are a terrible team
Yeah.
also. So
They are.
As we talked on last week's episode, we felt like it should have been a blowout. Of course it wasn't, but Giants do have a good defense overall. You can't discredit that. And
to be fair, the Giants aren't as bad as they seem.
No.
They should have beat the Commanders. The Commanders didn't score a touchdown.
Jaden Daniels.
They scored 8 straight field goals. He is the truth.
Yeah.
But they lost. I mean, maybe that makes them bad.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. They lost to a team who didn't score a touchdown. Yeah, you know what? I'm wrong. I'm wrong. They're bad.
That's all right.
I can't make that argument, actually.
But yeah, no, we thought it should have been an easy win, but of course,
nothing's ever easy with the Seahawks.
Nothing's ever exactly, and then
unfortunately,
any team can be good on a Sunday, right? That's why they call it any given Sunday. So that was a tough loss, and then we had a short week where we had to face the 49ers on
which does
Thursday.
not seem fair, because they are one of the best teams in football. I hate them bad, but they are. You got to give them their flowers regardless.
But they had a short week too. They faced the surging Cardinals, right? And and lost to them. So.
And they also blocked a field goal.
Yeah,
right after the Seahawks got theirs blocked. Actually,
yeah. So
what are the odds?
What was cool is you went to the game, right?
I did go to the game on Thursday.
So tell us about it. What happened?
Well, it was just a stroke of luck. I have some friends who have season tickets, and their mom and dad didn't want to go. And they're like, hey, you guys want to come? And I actually got drafted by my brother-in-law.
Uh-huh.
He texted the group chat we have, hey, Justin's coming with me. And I was like, what? So then I went, and it was awesome.
Nice. You saw some wrestler there?
Yeah, Darby Allin was there promoting AEW Wrestling, which we're going to in a few hours, which was awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
The energy in that stadium is like nothing you'll ever feel. It's nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we lost 36-24. It felt pretty dire in the first half of the game.
It did. It was quiet on our side.
And then after the half, the kickoff return really kind of surged us.
Oh, man, especially after he let us down with that fumble right before that.
Yeah. So it definitely felt like there was a comeback in place, and then unfortunately we just couldn't rally. We could not rally the end. We had to give up that.
Gino tried. I love Gino. I'm never going to talk bad about Gino. I've loved him since he was a Jet.
He is doing great things for our team. There was some head scratcher plays during the 49ers game, but the 49ers play us tough, right?
Gino's not the only one on the field. His offensive line wasn't doing him any favors.
The defense wasn't doing us favors.
I feel like the defense kept him in the game for as long as they could. They
could, yeah, but that 90-yard run or whatever at the end.
That was bad. That was real bad.
It
seemed like we stopped, like in the stadium, this is our perspective. It looked like we stopped them. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, and it was crazy because they had a lot of 49ers fans there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of red in the stands. And all of a sudden, they just exploded, and we're like, what? You got stopped. Why are you excited? And then next thing you see, he's just 80 yards down the field, and we're like, what the hell?
Oh, man.
And it was just totally deflated the stadium. It was...
Well, I figured it was gonna be a tough matchup, and I was hoping for a win, just especially with how the 49ers have been playing, but you can't count them out. So
the NFC West is tough, man.
It is a tough.
The Cardinals
division.
are looking way better than I ever would have imagined.
Yeah. Well, next week, we get a long break, obviously.
Yeah.
Next Sunday, we are in Atlanta going against the Falcons, who are also, their record is...
They're good, but they're not ready to be great yet.
But, yeah.
Kirk's coming off an Achilles tear, so he's still kind of iffy.
The team is playing tough, though.
They are.
They are playing tough.
They got that walk-off touchdown on the first play of overtime.
Yeah.
Which we could get into that being a dumb rule if we wanted to, but we don't have time for that.
No. So, do you think we have a chance next week against the Falcons?
I think so for sure. Their team's probably at the same spot the Seahawks are in.
I would agree.
They're good, but they're not there yet.
Yeah.
There's still things that need to be fixed, like the offensive line.
But their running back is what I fear. We have a tough time stopping the run, and they're Brian Robinson or not Bijan Robinson.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, but
he's Robinson.
He's a beast of a back. So,
he is.
So I'm a little worried about that. But
Michael Pitts is an amazing tight end. I can't name one of the wide receivers, to be honest.
No, they got
not since 2010.
Drake London. But yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a tough matchup, but I think we can win it. But playing Atlanta,
I think we got some things. We just got to lock in, clean up some stuff.
Yeah, we got a long week. It's like a bye week in a way for us. So
Gino doesn't let that stuff stick in his head. So
no, I think he'll bounce back. So perfect. That brings us to belts. Oh yeah.
I do love a good belt.
First of all, before we get into this week's Raw and SmackDown, haven't really got to talk to you about Bad Blood. What were your thoughts about Bad Blood? What was your favorite thing? What was your least favorite thing?
Well, yeah, no, we haven't got to talk about it. Well, first off, holy shit, the Hell in the Cell match.
Yes.
That was I was shocked how much Drew was gushing.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think they were going to let him get bloody, but man, they let him get real bloody.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't know if he bladed, because the toolbox looked bad.
Yeah.
It sounded, there was a good thud. And I don't know if that was that, but he gushed.
Yeah, he was.
Like, he went full Eddie Guerrero, Judgment Day 2004.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
It was gnarly, and it was a great match. CM Punk is back.
Hell yeah.
Put the doubters to shame where they belong.
What do you think is next for CM Punk now?
I think he's going to wait. I think he's going to take a little time off.
Mm-hmm.
Probably start something with Seth Rollins.
Oh, okay.
Just based on Monday Night Raw. I know we're not there yet, but they bumped into each other. They kind of like foreshadowed what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because we were supposed to get them at WrestleMania, and then Punk got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of my points, because Drew's a bastard like that. I literally wrote that down.
Well, I think Punk is going to first go for the title, and then Seth is going to screw him out. That's my general thoughts on.
I can get behind that.
Where that's going to go. I think Seth is going to be feuding with Bronson Reed, and then we'll get more into that. But
do you think that title shot's going to be as soon as, say, Survivor Series?
I would
if
say
Gunther doesn't wrestle Bill Goldberg.
That's true.
That's another thing that happened at Bad Blood.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
That was insane.
I would not have put that on my bingo card, that's for sure.
All right, what about your least favorite thing, or what was most surprising?
I think my least favorite, and I love Liv Morgan and I love Rhea Ripley, and their match was good, except for the end.
Yeah.
And I don't know whose fault that was. I don't know why I got jacked, but it got jacked. And it took me out of the match.
For sure.
So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I'm not saying it was bad, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, no, it definitely, like you said, it was good until it wasn't towards the end there. It was just like, what the hell just happened? Raquel's putting Liv on top of Rhea, but the match is over already. So, yeah. And then any surprises to you or anything?
No, I think it went exactly how I thought it would go.
Yeah.
I think I would have been surprised if Finn Balor got to win, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No.
I don't like how they're doing my man Finn right now, but he'll bounce back. He's still tag team champion.
Come on, Finn, we want you. We want you winning, man.
We do.
All right. Well, that brings us to our new segment. We decided to change this up last week, where we're not going to really recap things. We want to just make this a conversation. You guys know what's going on the shows. You watched it, or hopefully you're watching it, or at least doing the recaps. We don't need to tell you what happened. So we just we pick some topics we want to talk about, and that's what we're going to do. So, Justin, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I kind of touched on it a little bit. One of my main ones was CM Punk and Seth Rollins interacting, and foreshadowing that match we didn't get when we should have. And is there animosity really, really real, or is it kind of worked up for the show? Like, I don't know.
That's true. I mean, I think for a while there's animosity there, but now they're probably good coworkers. You know, they just.
I do know. I want to see that match.
Yeah. Do you think it can surpass what Drew and Punk have done? Because that storyline to me is like one of the best storylines ever told, other than the bloodline, going on right now.
Oh no, I agree. I would say it's one of the best ones they've done in the last, I would say 20 years. I mean, I don't want to I don't want to put anybody down, but I would say 20 years. Like, it's been legit. It's been good.
Yeah, I mean
I think they have the potential. I think they really do.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll meet it, but I think they have it.
Yeah, I mean, just
And
circling.
I know they have it in the ring.
Circling back to the Hell in Cell, I gotta say that Hell in the Cell match actually felt like so much story was about. Like usually,
It wasn't just
you get like a gruesome match, but you don't really get the story getting pulled into it.
Yeah.
So like having the beads shoved down his throat and like everything culminated in that cell. So
yeah.
so I hope that Seth and CM Punk can do something similar. Because we know that's really where the big feud is, right?
Yeah.
That was what I'm assuming was supposed to happen at WrestleMania 40, and it just didn't happen because of injury. So that's my thoughts on it. All right, so I would like to talk about Pete Dunne versus Sheamus. So
yeah,
the match was great.
Yeah, it was.
But I feel I talked to Ryan about this, and he disagreed with me, but I feel like they're doing Pete Dunne dirty here. Like Sheamus is a legend and could take a loss.
Yeah.
But why
I'm on your side.
Why does Pete Dunne have to lose with Sheamus's hands tied behind his back? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
Like first match they had, his hand was locked in the turnbuckle, gets out of it, right? And then wins that match. And then this time he gets his hands tied behind his back, still wins. That doesn't look good for Pete Dunne.
No.
Pete Dunne is awesome.
Well, let's all just be glad his name's not Butch.
Don't say the B word.
We don't talk. That's not one of the B's. Speaking of that match, though, did you see the picture Sheamus posted on Instagram afterwards? His back, he had red welts all over his back from that cricket bat.
I mean, he's the great white
Pete was
Sheamus.
just wailing on him, man.
Wow.
They are doing him dirty. I disagree with Ryan. Sorry, Ryan, wherever you are. I disagree.
All right. What else you got to talk about?
Well, you guys kind of talked about it last week. Braun Breaker.
Okay.
You guys, especially Ryan, was like, I think he's going full face. And we saw on Raw that is not the case.
Yeah.
Because he walked out and speared the crap out of Jey Uso.
Yeah.
And made it known that Intercontinental title is mine, not yours.
Yeah.
Let's do this again.
I was kind of with Ryan. I was like, are they changing him to a face? And then he kind of like faced off with Gunther in the back last week. And I was like, could it? I mean, I could see it, but then swerve to this week and spearing Jey Uso, spearing the New Day, and I was just like, what in the hell is going on here?
And I know you guys don't talk about NXT a lot, but Braun is one of the only like 3 or 4 people that beat Gunther in NXT or in general since he's been in the WWE.
That's true.
So maybe he's the one who takes the belt. I don't know.
That's true.
I do think Braun is a natural heel. I'll say it, he's a Steiner.
Yeah. No,
I want him to go full Big Papa Pump. Like I told you last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
I want him to embrace Scott Steiner. That's what I want.
No, 100% agree.
And I kind of think Jey Uso's reign's going to be short. I think he's going to go and join the Bloodline. Not to get ahead of ourselves. That was one of my other points.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. Speaking of Gunther, Sami versus Gunther main event, dude. That match was killer. I mean, obviously want Sami to win, but also I'm loving Gunther's reign. I don't want his reign to be short. So I was in a tough spot, but their match delivered. It was a perfect main event. I still think it should have been part of Bad Blood, but just a few things about the match. The power bomb and 1 count kick out, just I geeked out so hard for. I was like, he's gonna do it, he's gonna pull it off. And then what was just cinematic was Gunther getting him into the sleeper hold, and then Sami coming in with like an inch of the rope and then falling back, and then that being the end of the match.
Definitely teased me on that one.
I was just like, he's gonna get to the ropes, this match is gonna continue, and then nope, he passed out. That being said, I kind of wish Gunther had a different submission as a finisher, but
Agreed.
The sleeper, it fits his character. Like, it's like old school.
Yeah.
That's what he is. But I'm not a huge fan of the sleeper hold. I know it's kind of like a coquina clutch a little bit, but I don't know. It just seems a little deflating after such a great match. What are your thoughts?
I agree. I do think he needs a different submission. Mm-hmm. Something, I don't know what, not a camel clutch. They give that to every foreign heel. Not a camel clutch, something different.
Yeah.
Maybe a Taz mission. Maybe a crossface chicken wing.
Okay.
Like Bob Backlund, something like that. That's old school, but it's more effective, and it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I honestly, and I'll be honest,
Cobra
I thought,
clutch.
yeah, the Cobra clutch. I thought Gunther was going to lose because of bad blood.
Yeah.
When Goldberg and him got face to face, I thought they were going to do that in Saudi because they like to trot out the legends that should go away forever in Saudi.
That's true.
And I was like, I think Gunther's going to lose so they can have that match. Maybe he's going to have 2 matches in Saudi. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
But then does that make him, so then Cody wins and after he beats a tired Gunther? I don't know.
Who knows? All right, man. What do you got next?
Right. So we saw back to Bad Blood because it fits with SmackDown. At the very end, we thought it was over. It wasn't over. KO came out of nowhere and attacked Cody Rhodes. Is he heel now? I think so.
Oh, absolutely.
And that leads me to my actual point. During SmackDown, KO and Randy Orton got into it. RKO.
Mm-hmm.
And Randy punched him right in the face. And KO left mad. Where do we go with that? Are they going to fight in Saudi? I don't know.
That's true.
But I want to find out.
Yeah. The KO, just that happening after the show and it not being released by WWE was like fan footage. I thought was the chef's kiss. I think that is just so new for what we ever seen before. And then him like kind of being suspended and coming out to the ring and trying to talk his point. He's getting his mic shut off, and then like you said, Randy punching him out because he elbowed him, and then fast forward, KO is attacking him outside. It's just like, holy hell, KO is going full heel. But I think ultimately, this is going to lead to Randy becoming a full heel again. Just further down the road, I think, we're going to get a Cody versus Randy Orton legacy versus legacy.
I hope so. I'm feeling it. I hope so.
But dude, I'm super excited for this storyline. I have no clue where it's going to go, honestly.
No, I don't either.
But I'm here for the ride. Which brings me to, I know me and you are a big fan of Santos Escobar. And
we are.
We've seen him in a few vignettes going on SmackDown, but tonight he kind of calls out Aldis and says, why am I not on the show? And I agree, like, dude is amazing, and I just feel like he's not getting booked right, and he's not a young guy anymore, and we're not getting to see him on the screen enough. And what are your thoughts on that?
I fully agree. I think they're wasting him.
Yeah.
He was amazing in NXT. I know we don't talk about that, but he was amazing in NXT.
Yeah.
And when he first came on the scene and on the main roster, he was amazing.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of wasting him. He's kind of a manager.
Yeah.
Which, why?
Yeah.
You have Elektra Lopez for that. Why does he need to be a manager?
Exactly.
He needs to be wrestling Carmelo and Andrade and LA Knight for the U.S. title. Well, or maybe even challenging Cody.
Yeah.
Get Cody something different.
Yeah. No, I agree. I fully agree. But we get a teaser of a new team coming in next week. You want to talk about that?
I do. That was one of my other points. The Motor City Machine Guns. Oh. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley.
Hell yeah.
I know they're not like super well known because they spent a lot of their time in TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling.
Yeah.
But I remember being way back in the day, like 2003, watching them on Fox Sports Net.
Yeah.
I don't even think that exists anymore.
It might.
I don't know. And they were awesome. They're 41 and 42.
Yeah.
But that's not old anymore.
No,
this is not the 1980s.
I mean, that's what Santos is.
Yeah.
He's 40 right now.
AJ's 42. There's no stigma like there used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think they're going to be amazing. Like, they need a new tag team for the SmackDown tag division.
Yeah.
And you guys touched on it last week. What are they doing in the tag division?
Well, I think this is helping, right?
I agree. I think it is.
I'm
excited.
I'm not super familiar with it because I didn't watch a lot of TNA, but I did see them. They did make an appearance in AEW, and I like what they got going in the ring. So excited for that. Excited to get some juice going behind the tag division. I know we didn't talk about it, but it seems like they're teasing the Viking Raiders coming back as well on Raw.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So it looks like some positive things going.
The Raw brand really needs them back.
Yeah, they need some tag teams. All right, I want to talk about Naomi beating Nia Jax for a chance to win the title. didn't see that coming. I know you're not a big fan of Naomi.
Yes, I've been outspoken about this.
You've been outspoken, but I think she's getting a little better in the ring. I think she did pretty well against Nia, but she definitely had some outside interference in this match to give that what I'm assuming is a title shot, right, towards Nia. So
most likely.
But I like that they were building into the Saudi feud, the champ versus champ for the Crown Jewel Championship. I like that it's not just focusing on just being champs facing each other. I like that there's actual story going into the match. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see, Nia definitely had a bounce back performance from her Bad Blood match. I didn't think she did too hot during that match.
I mean, she pulled off a pretty sweet Hurricane Rana.
That's debatable.
For her,
obvious, yes, yes, 100% agree. But
it was pretty surprising. That might be my most surprising moment of Bad Blood to answer that question.
That's true. All right, what else you got?
I just want to clarify, I don't hate Naomi. Okay. I do think when she wrestles in slow motion. And it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I think if she just moved faster, it would look better. It's like she's waiting for the next thing to happen.
Yeah.
And that takes me out of it.
That's true, yeah.
That's just me, though.
No, I get that. What about the bloodline? So we start the show off with Jimmy. He's back, and Roman comes out, and I just love this part where Jimmy's like calling it how it is. We're not the ones. We are not the ones anymore. You don't got a tribe anymore, and Solo does. So what are we gonna do? And he's hinting at calling for Jay's help, right? And I'm like, that would be awesome. Obviously, that's where I think it's going, but Roman's like, no yeet.
No yeet.
And then the bloodline feud, whole storyline is we kind of had a lull for a little bit, but since Roman's back, it's definitely starting to come full force again. The Rock showing up at Bad Blood. It's just a lot of exciting things going towards this. And what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, like I was about to say, I think Jey Uso might lose the Intercontinental title soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to go back to SmackDown and he's going to help Roman and Jimmy, whether Roman likes it or not.
Yeah.
And me personally, I kind of hope Sami does too. I loved the Sami bloodline. I'll say it. It was hilarious every week.
He's getting oozy.
I'm feeling oozy. Exactly. I'm feeling oozy. I loved it.
Yeah. Do you think Jay is the one they're hinting at, when he says we need help?
I think so, but you never know. There's a million Samoan family members. So it could be someone I don't even think of.
I made my own bloodline here. We got 3-minute warning. We got Rikishi, The Rock, Solo, and Roman here. So got it. I mean, that's just part of it.
There's
right?
So many. I don't even know.
Yeah. No, I think they're hinting at Jay, but it'll be interesting. Maybe it's The Rock. I don't know. I'm here for the ride, though.
I want to find out.
Absolutely. Which that brings us to our banger of the week.
Banger of the week.
So you're the guest. We're going to let you choose your banger of the week. What was your favorite moment from this week in wrestling?
Well, I thought long and hard about that on the drive down because it was 2 hours. I really want to say an NXT match, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I did last week.
D'Angelo versus Obafemi.
Oh,
I know how you feel about Obafemi losing the title, but it was a good match. I loved it.
Yeah.
I think they have amazing chemistry in the ring. It was a hard-fought match. I was surprised he lost, but I'm kind of glad he did because now he can move up. I want to see Oba versus Trick. I want to see Oba on the main roster facing Bronson Reed.
That's true. I think you're right. It's kind of like Gunther losing the Intercontinental title and then going for the World Heavyweight title. I think this is Oba's stepping stone into the next thing and going against Trick. And I'm a huge fan of Obafemi. I think he is just incredible in the ring. He's a monster. He fits that role. He reminds me of Brock Lesnar. Maybe not so dominant as he was when he first debuted, but he kind of got that aura around him. He's just a big, menacing dude and can manhandle anyone.
And when he wins, it's believable.
Yeah.
Because he's a beast.
But to your point, I think Tony D'Angelo deserved it. You know, he's been in NXT for a while, and he's great in the ring. He makes the whole Mafia storyline work for him.
He does.
So,
and how many times can you get the title match and then lose?
Yeah.
Before we as the fans start going, all right, well, this guy's just going to lose again. We don't need to watch this match.
True. No, I agree with you. That was a stellar match. My banger of the week got to be Sami versus Gunther. It was just a really great title match, and like I said, that just the ending sequences, like with the kicking out at the 1, and then the being within an inch of reaching the ropes to break the hold, and couldn't pull it off. So I thought that match was incredible. That Sami and Gunther just tear it down in the ring, and hope that there's more of that in the future. So that is my banger of the week.
I think it's a good one.
Which leads us to Belt's question of the week. We're going to have it's going to be a little different just because you're not a normal person on this show. Just want to get to know what you know about wrestling, what got you into it, and let our listeners know. So when did you start watching wrestling?
When did I start watching wrestling? Probably the summer of 1995.
Oh, wow.
I would say. And it was the Road Warriors, which is why this is my favorite shirt.
Uh-huh.
They were wrestling the Nasty Boys, and I was probably 4 years old.
Damn.
And I was like, who are they? And my mom was like, that's the Road Warriors. And I just fell in love. They were larger than life.
Uh-huh.
And I've been a wrestling fan ever since.
Damn.
And I remember the next
me and started younger than me.
And I remember the next week, Monday night, we were flipping through the channels. Monday Nitro came on, and there was the Macho Man Randy Savage dropping the elbow on the Giant. And I just was in love. I had to watch it every week.
Yeah. I think, like I said, when we met each other, you know, we were best friends right away.
Pretty much.
Just talking about wrestling.
Jeff Hardy,
You came over for a pay-per-view one time,
yeah,
right?
No Mercy 2008.
Yeah.
At Nathan's house. Nathan and Ryan's mom's house.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great show. Definitely. So fast forward, what do you think of today's product ever since Triple H took over it? How are you feeling?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
We saw what he did with NXT years ago. He knows what he's doing. He listens to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And he's putting out the best product he can. I think some things I don't agree with every one of his decisions.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, he's doing Finn dirty.
Yeah.
And he's doing Santos dirty, but things have to happen organically.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Finn has gone on record saying he doesn't need to win everything. Like he's good with his position. He's having fun. But as a Finn, I'm a huge Finn fan, and I know you know that. You're a big fan, and we want to just see him win. I don't think the one Universal title reign should be his only, right? And that was not even a full day. He had to really.
And I would have loved to find out where that was going to go before he destroyed his shoulder in that match.
Yeah. So, and then I know you rewatch a lot of product, and you always tell me, "Oh, I'm rewatching the Monday Night Wars."
I do that a lot. I'm currently doing that.
Yeah. So where are you at in your rewatch right now?
Well, I am in 1999, right around September.
Mm-hmm.
Watching Unforgiven 1999, Six Pack Challenge,
okay.
Triple H, Bulldog, Mankind, Kane, and The Rock.
Yeah.
Kane, Big Show, and The Rock. Stone Cold, Steve Austin's a guest referee. We're only 2 months before Stone Cold leaves for a year. Little did we know how sad that would be.
No kidding. How are you feeling about it? Rewatching it?
I still love it. I do.
Yeah.
It makes me some things I realize now, like there was a lot of filler. It wasn't all good.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes nostalgia is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I was like, man, I love it, but man, this match sucks. Like, how many times can you watch Gangrel versus some rando? Like,
that's true. That's true.
Although I do love The Brood. Rewatching that was awesome.
Yeah, no, I think just anytime I go back to rewatch anything, I'm just like, I remember liking this a lot more than I do now. But no, there's still really good memories and everything. What has been your favorite era throughout the years of wrestling, and what
Ooh. That's a tough one. Because obviously I grew up during the Attitude Era, but I also lived through the Ruthless Aggression Era.
Yeah.
And I love that. SmackDown 6, great.
Yeah.
Raw during that time, not so great. Maybe Attitude Era, maybe that's nostalgia.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I will never not love Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock.
Yeah, that's true.
I know I'm supposed to hate The Rock right now, but every time he comes back, I'm just stoked that he's back. Yeah, and I'll say it, I love the People's Championship title. Yeah. I don't care that he's holding it for no reason.
No, I think that's a good call. I think that's what we grew up watching, right? So it's easy to say, that's my favorite era. I really enjoy what's going on now, though. It's been a breath of fresh air. I've talked about it a lot with Ryan in the past, but WWE was tough to watch for some years. Quite a bit of years.
2008 to like 2015, give or take.
Yeah. I mean, even more recent, too. I mean,
True.
Roman Reigns helped a lot during that whole
the last
time.
4 years of the Bloodline.
It just
reinvigorated my love of wrestling, at least WWE.
Absolutely. It just felt like, hey, we got a really long-term storytelling going on, and they're making it work each week. Like, it's just the more he wins, the madder we're getting. He had all this interference and all that stuff. So
how many more family members can he have debut? Like, what's going on?
The family is endless.
They are endless.
That is what we're learning here. Do you got who is your favorite wrestler of all time, and then who is your current favorite wrestler, like, going right now?
My favorite, I know I mentioned a lot of legends. Mm-hmm. The one I didn't mention, I think is my favorite of all time. And this isn't just because I love CM Punk, but Bret Hart.
Okay.
I love Bret Hart. I will watch his matches all day long, which I have been lately, actually. Unfortunately, it's his WCW matches, but still, they're good.
Awesome. And then current favorite wrestler?
My current favorite? Probably Sami Zayn.
Okay, yeah.
Quite possibly a tie with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
But more so leaning Sami Zayn.
There's
just something about him. I think it may be his, like, Mick Foley vibe, because he was my favorite then.
Yeah.
He just reminds me of that.
Absolutely.
The guy you don't think should win, but then when he does, you're like, yeah!
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think rooting for him is so easy. What about you were talking about a YouTube show that you've been watching, about rewatching?
Right. There is a guy on YouTube. His name is Wrestling Bios. He's a Scottish guy. And he has this series called Reliving the War. Okay. So if you're not that familiar with the Attitude Era and the Monday Night War, WCW versus the WWF, give it a watch. Okay. He's really insightful. He breaks things down. He's fair. He's firm but fair.
Nice.
And I've been watching it nonstop.
Nice. I like it. And that brings us to Blockbusters. All right, so Blockbusters section is going to look a little different. This is going to be more me just asking Justin questions, getting to know our listeners a little better. And yeah, so we're not really going to bring up new things other than unless he got something he wants to talk about. But first, let's talk about your love for movies and shows. First of all, are you a big fan of movies and shows?
Oh, yeah, I love movies and shows.
All right.
Oh, yes, I do.
You're all right. What is your, like, favorite genre? What do you go for first? Are you a lover of every kind?
I love comedy, but I have a special place in my heart for horror movies. I always have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because I used to have insomnia when I was younger and I couldn't sleep, and I would just watch horror movies all night, which is such a weird thing to do when you're trying to go to bed.
Yeah, that's probably why you had insomnia,
probably.
My friend. I just got to...
Why did I just watch The Conjuring?
I can't go to bed. Yeah, no, that's weird. So comedy and horror. Any favorite movie memories I know that you can think of? Any for favorite movie theater?
The first movie I remember seeing, and it's weird, I remember seeing Practical Magic in theaters, and I don't know why we saw that in theaters, but then they announced the sequel coming out soon, and I was like, hell yeah, Practical Magic.
That was one of your first, and now we got a sequel?
But I think my very first movie I remember watching was with my brother, Happy Gilmore. And I love that movie, and they're announced number 2 for Netflix coming soon.
Yeah, we talked about it on the show. MJF is going to be in it.
I was pumped for that.
So no.
Shooter's in it.
Shooter McGavin. No, super excited about that. What about TV shows? What is your favorite TV show?
Well, I think you already know the answer to this.
Maybe.
You know me better than most people do. My all-time favorite TV show is Veronica Mars.
Yeah.
I was just saying I should steal his DVDs when he's not looking.
No, you're not going to steal nothing.
I'm not going to steal anything. I'm joking.
No.
But he knows how much I want him because I've been telling him that for 18 years. Because I love that show.
Veronica Mars is a good show. I was hoping they would do a little more with the Hulu revival.
Agreed.
But unfortunately, no. But she's back. I mean, not Veronica, but Kristen Bell's back in a new Netflix show with Adam Brody, some rom-com TV show. So hearing good things about it, so maybe give it a check out.
I don't have Netflix right now. I'm waiting until Rob moves in 2025. But then I will because I'll cancel Peacock.
Oh, there you go.
Because the way I know, they're taking all the WWF, this is not 1999, stuff off Peacock and putting everything on Netflix. Is that true? I don't know. That's how I read it.
Yeah, I know for sure Raw's going to be on it, but I assume they're going to bring the catalog along with it. So do you know if the PLEs are moving over or is that staying on Peacock? I
think until 2026 they're on Peacock.
Okay.
Licensing agreements and whatnot. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. Going on to the MCU. I know you're a big fan of Marvel. What about DCU? Are you a big fan of DC at all?
I wouldn't say big fan. My wife is.
Gotcha.
In our living room, we have a comic book shelf, pretty big, and half of it's all my Marvel and Image and Dynamite and Boom, and her half is all DC, and it's basically just a Batman shelf.
Oh gosh,
she loves Batman, so I'm getting into it more. I've read a lot of her comic books.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I do have some opinions on the DCU.
Okay.
I'm not as well versed as the MCU.
Well, I'm probably in the same boat. I've seen all the DCU movies or EU movies, but we'll get into those questions. So I know you're a big fan of Marvel. How do you feel about the MCU as a whole right now and where it's going?
I feel pretty good. Mm-hmm. I know. I don't know if you've seen Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, I have.
I mean, I don't know. I said that. I know you did.
Yeah.
It was a classic. I loved it. I think they're going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I think they have had some misses, as Deadpool said.
Yeah.
For sure. I think they sometimes get ahead of themselves.
They were putting out a lot, though.
They were putting like 6 a year at least.
Yeah. I like the approach of less is more and keep the excitement going. You know, we shouldn't have to go, next week another thing's coming out, right?
I was just telling someone the other day, I really wish they did the Civil War right. Because in the comic books, it's so much different than the way they did it in the movies.
Yeah.
Like, for one, Steve Rogers dies at the end of the war. He's just dead. Mm-hmm. And Tony feels like a jerk, as he should. And but they would have had to introduce Fantastic Four and X-Men.
And I don't think they could at the
And they
time,
couldn't yet. Yeah. So I get why they did. That's why I was saying they should have waited.
Mm-hmm.
But I get why they didn't.
I think it was a fun film, though.
It was.
It was still good. It introduced Spider-Man.
I'm not saying it was bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad.
It was like a mini Avengers movie, right?
Basically.
But that could have been a whole story arc in itself, right?
Yeah.
Past the Infinity Saga and everything, so.
Which was good and bad.
Yeah, exactly. What has been your favorite movie so far through the MCU?
My favorite MCU movie? Probably Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, that's mine.
Just because I loved Tobey Maguire movies, and I know I'm in the minority. Don't lie to me, Twitter. And the Andrew Garfield movies. They were not loved when they came out. They're loved now, but they weren't.
No.
If you go back to 2015 Twitter, they were shitting on those movies.
Yes, they were.
And now they're like, oh, we love Andrew Garfield. Bring him back, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No, don't give me that. I loved Andrew Garfield then, and I love him now.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed
when they came out on that screen, man.
Oh, yeah.
I know I screamed. I know you screamed.
I had so much fun with that movie. It was good for, just to your point, I loved the Sam Raimi trilogy. I liked the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and I was excited to see all of them together, obviously, and it was just well done movie. And so, I mean, obviously, I hold Endgame as one of the top. It was such a good movie, but No Way Home
Agreed.
definitely
Agreed. It is up there.
Sticks out to me as my favorite. What do you think about the future of the MCU? What do you think? Do you think it looks bright? Do you?
I think it does look bright. The teaser of Fantastic Four, that cast looks great.
Yeah,
I know people wanted John Krasinski, but Pedro's the man right now.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I agree. I think we got to see, a little brief cameo of John Krasinski as Reed Richards. So I thought it was fine. I obviously wish it was for a little longer in that movie, but I'll take what I can get. Is there any exciting things that you can think of that you're most excited about of what's been rumored or anything?
I'm really excited for the Thunderbolts movie.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for it?
I did. It looks good.
It looks really
I'm
good.
excited.
It looks like Suicide Squad done right.
It does. That's what I thought. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm excited just to have, hopefully, the X-Men included. I was a big fan of the X-Men team, so excited to have that in the MCU. The Fantastic Four is coming, so it's nice to get these the Fox into the MCU. What do you think of that? I
agree, and I don't know if the X-Men 97 animated show is in the MCU technically, but I loved it, and that might just be little me who loved the original show, but I thought it was amazing.
No, I think several people are in agreement with you on that.
And I don't know if we're doing spoilers, but it's been out for like months and months and months, so who cares? When they introduced Spider-Man, they showed that Spider-Man, I about fainted. Because Spider-Man 94 is my all-time favorite cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Batman, the animated series is like right behind it, but still.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I was like, if they bring that back, I will die.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about on the Marvel universe?
The new Vision show coming.
Oh, Vision Quest or
Vision.
The holding name.
Yeah, well, they teased like 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
I think feels like it.
It feels like
when
forever ago now.
Yeah, when WandaVision. I could not think of what it was called when WandaVision came out.
Yeah,
absolutely. I love that show. A lot of people didn't, but I did. Granted, I'm in the minority who loves She-Hulk, so
I
think we're just against the grain, buddy. I don't know.
I think so. I think you're exactly right. I'm not.
And I was sad because I just read this morning before I left my house to come see you that She-Hulk had scenes in Deadpool and Wolverine that they ended up cutting.
Oh, really?
And I was like, aw. And then I was like, where would she have fit, though?
Yeah.
I don't even know where they would have had her. Maybe
it could have been a fourth wall face-off, breaking the fourth wall together.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. Maybe.
Peter's lawyer? I don't know.
Maybe there's a deleted scene in the upcoming Blu-ray 4K release. So
I know you're going to buy it.
Heck yeah. It's already pre-ordered, my friend.
Of course it is.
Both versions. So
the Steelbook?
Yeah, I got the
Wolverine
and the
coming. You have to.
I have to. It's part of the great the Great Wall of movies here. Moving over to the DCU, are you excited for James Gunn taking over things?
I am. I love not to bring it back to Marvel, but I loved his Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah.
They're up there in my favorite movies the MCU has done. Mm-hmm. They're all hilarious. They're all great. The stories are well done.
100%.
I think he's going to do great. And I know he did Peacemaker, and not just because I love John Cena. I do, but the Peacemaker show was hilarious.
I still need to watch. I have not watched it. No. Yeah. No, I gotta break. I have Max, so I can watch it. So I just need to break down and do it.
You do.
Because I've heard really good things about it.
Just the intro alone is worth it.
Is it?
Yeah, John Cena dancing. It's so good. You need to see it.
All right.
I haven't seen the new Penguin show.
Ooh.
Because my wife canceled Max without telling me.
Uh-oh.
But
have you seen the Batman movie?
I have.
That one was really good.
I like, again, I think I'm in the minority because I know from just reading Reddit and Instagram comments and what have you, that it wasn't that well received by a lot of people.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I loved it.
Yeah, no, I thought it was well
I thought
done.
Cedric Diggory did a great job.
That's my boy.
My boy.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for where the DCU is going. I was not a big hater of the Snyderverse going on. I thought it was pretty good movies. I wasn't, again, I don't hate a lot of things, and so those movies were thoroughly enjoyable to me. I just love comic book character movies. So
agreed.
So I'm here.
We must share one brain or something, but agreed. Yeah. I think I'm in the minority, but I like the Flash movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it was bad at all. And I know that's a sensitive topic, but still, the movie itself, no actors needed to be mentioned. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
I just like the Flash as a character.
Yeah. Don't worry. We try to separate the actor from their what's going on in their life. So definitely agree with you. I'm excited for what James Gunn brings just because of what he's done with the Guardians of the Galaxy, with the Suicide Squad movie that he did. So really, really excited for that. Moving on, we got spooky season on right now. It's October. It's Halloween.
Halloween.
You said you are a fan of the horror, so the horror movies. So what is your favorite franchise, favorite movie?
Well, again, I'm going to agree with you because I apparently just do that. Scream. Scream is my all-time favorite horror series.
Yeah.
Next, probably Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, same. They're second together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Freddy vs. Jason, a classic.
That movie was so good.
I love that movie. But Scream, I'll watch that. Walmart had all of them together pack, and I bought it for $6.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it was a good deal. And I watched them all, and then I was like, still love them.
Yeah, I got to do my annual rewatch. My buddy Lucia and I watch it every year, not together. Obviously, she lives in California now, but we definitely watch it and talk about it. But it's that time of year. It's time to rewatch it. I'm so excited for number 7 coming out.
Oh yeah.
Not for a while, not till 2026, but still excited for that. So your favorite scary movie is Scream. Are you excited for anything, or have you heard of anything coming out that you are excited for?
Well, yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but I heard it on your podcast. The time-traveling slasher movie.
Oh, Time Cut.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, that sounds amazing. I want to watch it.
Yeah. No, I think that comes out next week.
Yeah.
And
then you mentioned the Amazon one.
Oh, the Totally Killer?
Yeah, I watched that too. Loved it.
That one was good, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It was campy, but in a good way.
But I felt like it was... That's what the movie needed. And
it was campy in the same way that Scream can be campy.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. And that leads us to a recommendation time. What would you recommend to our listeners? It could be old movies. It could be new. It could be a new TV show, old TV show, or a little bit of both. What do you got? I
don't know if you've seen it yet. It's on Hulu. It's called Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a whodunit murder mystery show based on a podcast.
Yeah.
And it is awesome. Who doesn't love Steve Martin and Martin Short?
No.
And my girl, Selena Gomez.
Hell yeah.
Love it. My wife and I watch every episode. Once I got her into it, after the second season, I watched them both. I'm like, you got to watch this. Catch up now.
Yeah.
And then when she finally did, and we watched 3, and then immediately started 4.
Gotcha.
Love it.
What about movies? Anything you recommend for people?
Movies? I don't know. I really don't know.
No.
I don't have a good recommendation, actually. I've been watching a lot of really old movies.
What are you watching?
We watched both Rescuers movies on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Still classics.
Yeah.
I did want to know why the rat was able to pull a human child out of the water by himself. But it's a movie. She told me to stop overthinking it.
Suspend disbelief.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Suspend disbelief.
Exactly.
That's all you got to do. Dude, I got so many memories of watching movies with you.
Fair enough.
Funny people.
Oh man, I knew you were gonna say that immediately. That's what I do.
You could have been the girl with the bloody spoof in your hair.
Classic. Who doesn't love Eric Bana? Bring him back as the Hulk.
We watched that scene in Funny People 1,000 times
in one day.
Yeah. Oh God. And then Horrible
Bosses one. We saw both of them in theaters, I think.
Yeah, we saw both of those together, and I know we just shoot us random texts. You call your grandmother Gam Gam.
Just 2 weeks ago, I sent you that.
I did, and I told you that I heard someone call their grandma Gam Gam. And so I couldn't stop laughing.
I love that movie. It's a classic.
And then I think our favorite movie we like to quote is Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Yes, it is.
We won't go into great details. We won't quote it. It's okay. But I know there's a scene with Justin Long where...
And if you haven't seen it, you should.
There you go. There's your recommendation.
Zach and Miri Make a Porno. Watch it. I don't know what it's on, but find it.
Just give it a watch. It's definitely worth it. But yeah, man, I've had a lot of fun watching wrestling with you throughout the years. I've watching movies, watching, television shows, and just talking about it with you throughout the years. I know it's been a long time since we saw each other last, but excited to do this Wrestle Dream with you, and it's been a blast to have you on the show. Thanks for being
Thanks for letting me be on it.
Thanks for being the second official guest on the show. We did technically have Lainey, Ryan's baby, as a guest.
I heard that on
our prediction show, but it was only fitting. You, Nathan, and you, we go way back. So just a 1-2 punch, back-to-back weeks. All right, man. That concludes our show. Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Also, you should make this cocktail at home. Phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Let's fucking go.